folks, this is a Jeep Compass 14 or 15. 2014, 2015. It's got a 2.4 in it. Complaint is a power steering fluid. Okay, power steering fluid leak on the ground. So, of course, the first place you want to check is the reservoir itself, which looks like it's empty. And there's two ports here. Okay, one is this little rubber hose that makes this little curve, and then the other one is this one that goes over to the pump. Right, the pump is right here on top. The pump looks pretty dry. This is the pressure line right here. Looks dry there, so I'm going to say that's okay. Let's follow this pressure line here. Goes down, turns into a metal line around here, comes this way, and then if you look here, you see some oil. You see that little rubber elbow right there? That's questionable, because if you look at the wheel well, okay, the wheel well has a little splatter there. So it looks like it's coming there, hitting there, coming out to the bottom splash shield, and then coming out to the floor. So I'm going to suspect that it's right there. Okay? Or that's another, looks like another rubber hose right there. Can you see it? See, it's wet, that line to the rubber hose. So it's a possibility that that's where it's coming from. So the thing to do is we're going to remove this washer reservoir, this coolant reservoir, unbolt it, put it out of the way, and then look to see where it's leaking from. All right, but yeah, it got signs like this plastic here. See the black? It definitely has signs that it's leaking from there, and it's just dripping down the plastic strip all the way down yonder, people. All right, so yeah, it's in this general area. That's what we're going to go for. So yeah, it could be the hose up here, okay, running down the line, and then it sits right there in that hose. That's why it's there. So we'll see if any of these hoses are available. That might not even be a hose. That might be just a little rubber thing to prevent it from hitting the ground. Like that one. That one looks like just a little rubber piece with a wire tie. So I noticed that's a wire tie, and that's actually a clamp. So it might be leaking from there. Hopefully this line doesn't come as one piece, but we'll take it from there. All right, we'll do that. All right, folks, what I thought was a rubber hose, it's actually just insulation. Look at that, you can see by the wire tie on it. Okay, so if you slide this wire tie up, okay, out of the way, okay, gravity is taking over here with the oil leak, and it's dripping down. Okay, so you can see the rust. That I can tell you right off the bat is where it's leaking from. Let me see if I can just scrape it off a little bit without getting to a... What happens, that water sits in there and it eats up these freaking pipes. It's a common thing with transmission cooler lines. Jeep has you know, if you have an electric power steering, there's a line that has like a little P-clamp that holds it. That's another one that leaks. Because over time, you know, water just sits there. And you can see, it's rotted away. You can see the hole. See a little dent? It looks like a little, oops. See it? Looks like a little dimple. That's where it's leaking from. Okay, like I said, this is rubber. So it holds it in. It's a great spot for oil leaks. All right, now how I got to this point was, it's a 10 millimeter bolt up over here. Okay, that holds this windshield washer jar, and over here there is a 10 millimeter bolt there that holds the antifreeze jar. All right, so the antifreeze jar is up out of the way. I wire tied this up out of the way so it doesn't get in the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this for a second and see if it seeps. But what I'm doing right now is I am just making sure that there's nothing that's going to hit the belt. This thing has enough water in it and antifreeze that it's not going to fall onto the engine. Get the tools out of the way. So basically we're looking at that little dimple over there for a leak. All right, it's got power steering fluid in it. I am going to go start it up. I'll go find the keys. Can you guys see it? Let's see if I can get rid of this tripod. It's actually shooting across. See that little string? That's the leak. All right, and it's dripping all the way down. Okay, I'm trying to do this and try to hold this flashlight for you so you can see it. But let's see if I can do it this way for you. Well, can't do it that way either. How about this way? I'm trying to get it for you so you can understand it a little bit. But it's hard to do. Let's see if I can set it up. Alright, you ready? I'm going to make some mess in my driveway. Watch this. See it? Bounce it off the screwdriver. There's your leak. Okay? Little pinhole leak. Just enough to be annoying. Okay? Okay, I shut it off. And we're back. Yep, that's where it's leaking from, right? So it wasn't from the dimple. There must be a side dimple in there. See if I can stick you in there and look. You guys look. Yeah, I can't tell. All right, but that's the line. All right, goes up and around. We'll have to see how much that thing is and if it's available. All right, but yeah, most of these rubber things are just basically just cushions. They're not a rubber line, so it's a steel line all the way around. We'll see where it ends up. Okay, but that's the problem. And if you look over here at this rubber one, so you can see a little light cloudiness right under there. Yeah, that's aluminum starting to oxidize there too. All right, so yeah, so that's where the leak is. It's covered by this hose, so that forces it to run down the line, down over there, into that little creation, and it goes there, right to the ground. Okay, and it leaks pretty fast, people. Check this out. It's already made a mess there already. Okay, so that's where it is. Now we're gonna go check it out, and then we'll go replace it. Okay, that's it. Power steering leak. Cheap compass. We found it. So we'll put everything back here, because just in case I have to move it. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Ciao. Just want to add that those two lines, they go to an oil cooler in the front of the bumper. Okay, it's not the power steering pressure line. That's this one with the hook, because this one goes down and around and goes straight down towards the rack. Okay, that's this one here. Okay, if you look at the return hose, it's just a line with a hose with a clamp. That's not it either. So just roughly looking it up, it is going to be the power steering oil cooler lines. Okay, so that's the pressure one. The other one is the return. All right, the pressure one always has like a little crimped hose on it, like that. Okay, that's how you can tell it's a power steering pressure hose. They always have a crimp. All right, like this one here has a crimp on it. See it? Those are the pressure hoses. All right, the returns usually have just a clamp. All right, let's hit the parts book and see what we can do. That's it. Thanks for watching.